Alright, back on site. We're working on the canopy today. Got to put a bit of a flat roof on it. Hopefully you should be up to speed with the canopy video which I released already, fingers crossed. But I've got these tapered battens down to where the gutter outlet is going to be, and it all flows across the roof flat, and then so it's higher this end than that, but on a level. And at that end we've got a tapered one back to the gutter outlet, so it should be the lowest point over there in that corner. We're just going to batten off of these again a little bit to give us a bit more height for the lights. I thought there's not a lot of room, especially at the other end. We've got about 60mm of height for a spotlight, so it's not a lot of room or not a lot of cavity to fit a spotlight in. So just got to batten this off. Got to rip some battens down that I prepared the other day and get the flat roof on the top. If you haven't already seen the video, then I've done a video on making this section of moulding and mitering it around this steel frame, getting that all fitted, so it's quite a good watch. So go and have a look at that one. I'll put the link down below. Weaponry. So it's double hard one-handed. Right, so there we go. Put some battens on. So I've put a batten along the wall, drilled it into the wall and into the steel frame that's been fitted, and a bit wider one along the front. Didn't need to be wider, I just had the timber with me. Like I say, goes down to that end and then pans down to this point here. I've packed this corner up a little bit so it's sort of level across there that way, but it falls back this way, so the outlet is going to be here and go down. It should all drain into that nicely. So now I'm just making sure that downright is level and I can get the position of where I've got to cut the hole for the outlet in the small board. Would normally use a normal level, but the van's gone for MOT this morning and I didn't take it out of the van. Checking the full length of the canopy with a smaller piece of sheet to check if it fits anywhere along the length, and I can plane the bigger piece of boarding down to suit where it's going to be fitted and not have to lift it up in place to check it. And I didn't bring my track saw with me today, so I'm going to have to plane this there. Mr. D, the roofer, has given me this to fit. So I've got to create a hole big enough for that. I've only got one of these tiny little blades left and it's not the best looking thing. So this could be interesting. And that bit's going to lip up the wall. Got to put in a little fillet in here to ramp the felt away from the wall, like a corner fillet. It doesn't want to be too big looking at that. Only probably wants to be 1 inch by 1 inch. Otherwise this bit's not going to be able to bend around it. There you go, let's get that in place. So I've notched the soil pipe slightly into this batten because it sat away from the wall further than was plumb. Quite a good camera shot there, so you can see the fall if you look over there where the outlet is. I'll drop the camera down, you can see how everything at the very end is slightly higher, so it falls back this way and into where that outlet is. Going to set the old Festool up so you can set how much it countersinks and how deep the drill goes. So I just want a nice countersink for the screw head, but I don't want to drill further than the sheet material I'm using, which is, that's about perfect. If I lock that off there. Hey, that wasn't a bad guess, you know. Took some converting to get into using a folding rule. My French mate was on at me for ages trying to get me to use it, but I'm a convert now and I would urge everyone to give it a go. Wouldn't be without it. Right, now come on, you don't need that 50 quid in your bank account, just buy one of these drill bits. You know what, when I'm doing jobs like this, I always wonder whether it's quicker to set it through, get all your screws ready first, or whether to have a pile of them nearby, just drive one, get the next one while you're driving the last one. The time you spend putting them in the hole, it's wasted, isn't it? But you're a lot more accurate because you're concentrating on every screw, you're not trying to get the next one ready. Right, let's see how this fits. It's not really my job, let's have a quick look. I think that's about the right size. Just 1 inch, 30mm little curb. Screw that down. He's explained to me the first layer of his felt, it's a 3-layer felt system. The first layer goes up to this circle, creates the same height as this, and the second layer goes over, bonds to it, and I think again, there's a subsequent 3rd layer, so it should be well sealed. But yeah, the tricky point was getting it back to this point here, so that because it's easy to flow a roof down and into a corner, but it ends up over there, so it's got a bit of a well in this point here, so it should hopefully every drop drain down there. I've got another one of these to rip down to make up my length. Right, leave that there for the roofer. My work here is done. If I'm here when he does the roof, and I'll do a little video or show what he's been up to, but I think he's putting 3 layers of felt up and over to the front edge, and then it's having a lead capping over that piece as well. So I'm just going to go around with a level and check that it does all fall into the roof, because we don't want any drips off the front of it. Just tidying up, but a lot of people mentioned about my trestles that I'm working on the green oak with. These are the best ones I've got. These are from Mac. I think they're the 1 metre wide ones. You have to get in touch with them, get a brochure, then find out the price. It's pretty difficult to order them, but yeah, I think they're about 350, 400 quid. But yeah, you can stand them up and put trestles on them. They do like a Youngman board that you can stretch, like lengthen out and expand. It's quite good for in the back of your van if you're doing a lot of this type of thing, and you can get the height you want inside a room, which is pretty good. But they're also dead solid trestles, put a bit of wood on, really nice to work on, clamp to, etc. But yeah, these were on site when I was doing all the oak framing, so didn't get to use them. There we go, that is all finished, cleaned up, looking pretty good. I'm not going to be back on this work for a few days. I'm just going to get the rest of the oak beams prepped, because we're fitting them Monday, Tuesday. It's Thursday today, so I want to get everything ready for that. Once they're done, I have got to get the underside ceiling of this in place, because the render work, obviously on the wall, is rendering up to the side of these pillars. So I've got them pillars to go on, but they're going on after the render, but the canopy is not, so that needs to be in place to render up to. So a little bit more to do, but before that can go on, I've got to decide on where lights are going, spotlights are going in there, and get the wiring in place. So a little bit of work, a little bit of head scratching left, but we're getting good progress on this one.